You're listening to the Productive Therapist Podcast, the world's greatest and most brilliant resource for busy therapists who'd rather be laying on a beach in Hawaii. Each episode is packed with simple tips and inspiring insights from the Productive Therapist team to help you grow your practice and have fun doing it. So without further ado, let's help you get more done and have more fun.
Hello. Welcome back to the podcast. Whether this is your first time or your 101st time, I'm so glad that you're here listening. Today I wanted to record a short episode and share a few ideas with you. Lately I think it's fair to say I've been obsessed with AI and testing out new tools and just thinking and learning and trying to figure out how to best use AI for my businesses as well as how to help therapists learn how to use it for their businesses. So one of the frameworks that has been my favorite for the longest time is the 3 keys to productivity. And if you've ever heard me talk about this, you'll be familiar. But if you haven't, here it is. The 3 keys to productivity are elimination, automation, and delegation. I've jokingly talked about reframing this to be the DAD framework and change the first one from elimination to delegation. So it would be delegation, automation. No, I messed that up. The first one would be delete and then automate and then delegate. In any case, the 3 keys to productivity, I've been talking about this for years, all the way back to episode 10 of this podcast. But now, of course, it's 2025 and I have a couple updates. The 3 keys powered by AI. So here's a couple ideas for you. Just the tip of the iceberg, really, but I wanted to get you thinking about this. So the first key is elimination. Basically, remove everything that's unnecessary, both from your to-do list and from your calendar. And here's kind of a nifty way to use ChatGPT or another one, whatever your favorite is. The first one is to actually take a screenshot of your to-do list, and then you can pop that in, upload it to ChatGPT, and ask it to prioritize your tasks and tell you which ones you can eliminate. This is especially helpful if you have a ton of things on your list and you're really not sure how to prioritize them or like what you should focus on. Ask the AI. And then similarly, you can also upload a screenshot of your calendar and ask ChatGPT to give you feedback on your schedule, what you could improve, and of course, what you could possibly remove. So those are a couple ways to use AI to eliminate things that are not necessary. I think most of us, if you're an entrepreneurial kind of therapist, you probably take on too many tasks and too many projects, and you might need someone, whether it's a friend or a business coach, or maybe your friendly AI to tell you, hey, this is a lot. This is too much. Maybe remove these things and focus on these things. I tried this recently and it was actually super helpful. So that's the first key, elimination. The second key is automation, and that's just using technology to automate as much as you can. And for the last couple of years, as I've been talking about this idea of automating things in your business, specifically your therapy practice, it's kind of come down mostly to using the features of your EHR. There hasn't been a lot of automation available for a therapy practice, but that's kind of changing now. But nevertheless, you do want to learn about the automation features that are already built into your EHR, whether that's autopay or automatically sending out invoices and statements, super bills to clients, those kinds of things. And then also, if you're using a CRM or a client relationship manager, you want to learn about how to use the automation features of that platform. And basically, I can guarantee you that you can save time just by leveraging the tools that you already have. So that's number 1 for automation. Number 2, there are a ton of tools, like I mentioned, that you can play around with. And what I'm trying to do is figure out which ones are actually useful. But here's one recommendation you might want to look into. You can use a tool like Lindy.ai, which is LINDY.ai, to do so many things, but specifically to automate your email management, even your scheduling, taking meeting notes, and more. One of the fun sort of template automations that I have been using with Lindy is, I think it's called the meeting prep template or something like that. So this is obviously not to be used for client appointments, but this is more so to be used for networking or other sorts of appointments that you might have on your calendar. So this automation actually goes out and looks at the person's LinkedIn and then gives me a summary of who they are and what they're about. And then it goes and it reads our emails and gives me a summary of our communication. So I'm up to speed with what to talk to them about. And then it also gives me a little bit of an agenda for the meeting. And the example that I used recently was I had a meeting set up with a representative from a treatment program in California, one that works with teens and families, and that's what my practice does as well. So it was a good meeting to have. And 10 minutes before that meeting happened, I got the summary of Samantha and everything that I needed to know, so I was very prepared for that meeting. So that's just one example of something that can be automated. That's kind of like, I would say that's a task that would formerly be completed by an executive assistant or an overworked professional like myself. So there you go. Number 1, elimination. Number 2, automation. The sky's the limit. And then number 3, delegation, building your team and delegating consistently, something we're all working on to some degree. So here's just a tip. Ask yourself one question every single day, or maybe multiple times in a day. How can AI help me with this task or project that I'm looking at right now? You can also tell ChatGPT what you're working on and ask the question, how can you help me do this better or faster? ChatGPT always has an answer for everything. Whether it's good or not, that's for you to judge, but it can be incredibly helpful for deciding and delegating. The next one is use ChatGPT as a business consultant to help you identify, this is just one example, identify your next hire. So tell it everything that you currently do in your practice, add some details about your current team, who you already have on board, and then ask it to help you figure out the next hire that you need to make. I've been using actually the voice feature of ChatGPT recently, and I don't know if you've done this yet, but it's pretty neat. So you can just click the button for the voice, I think they call it voice chat, and you can just have a back and forth conversation with ChatGPT, and it will ask you helpful questions and help you brainstorm, talk about your ideas, talk about whatever you want, really. And it's useful in that sense for brainstorming and for sort of business consulting that is very affordable, $20 a month or so versus paying a business coach. With that said, I think it's very helpful to actually work with a business consultant or coach who knows your industry and knows your type of business. So it's not a replacement, but it is a good add-on, I would say. So these are just a few ideas for you. Now, if this seems exciting but a bit overwhelming, I can relate and I can help. So feel free to reach out at support@productivetherapist.com. We can help you, connect you with resources. We can provide consulting and guidance for all of these things. So thanks again for listening to the Productive Therapist podcast, and I hope you have an awesome day.
That's it for today. Thanks so much for joining us. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review and hit the subscribe button to make sure you never miss an episode. If you're looking for more personalized help, you can reach us through productivetherapist.com. Thanks so much for listening. We are Productive Therapist, and this is the podcast that helps therapists get more done and have more fun.